Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. A 3-year-old boy who went missing for 3 nights in the Hunter Valley is back home after being checked over in hospital. AJ was found while drinking from a creek about 500 metres from his putty home. SES volunteer Greg Chalmers has described the moment he approached the boy after he was spotted by the police helicopter.
The chopper was pretty noisy and he looked around, he gave me the biggest smile, and I sat down in the river beside him understanding his condition and just talked to him and just reassured him, and then I checked him for injuries and then sat him on my knees.
Police are still investigating the circumstances leading up to AJ's disappearance. A number of new COVID casual contact sites have been listed overnight in the Hunter. The Marketplace Woolworths at Raymond Terrace on Thursday morning and the Woolworths at Medowie on Tuesday afternoon, as well as the Morning Market Coffee at Whitebridge on Saturday and the Saxby's Bakery Cafe at Saltash on Wednesday. The KFC at Jesmond was also visited by a COVID-positive case on Sunday. Meanwhile, a COVID testing facility will open this Thursday at Tea Gardens. MedTech Services, in conjunction with Foresight Pathology, will run the clinic in the car park of the Tea Gardens Country Club from 8 a.m. until midday. Whether the service will continue beyond Thursday will depend on demand. The Deputy Premier says regional hospitals, including the John Hunter, are included in plans to ramp up ICU capacity in the state. Yesterday, the state government unveiled its plan to reorganise ICU resources. There's some concern the move will have an impact on the Hunter's hospital resources. John Barilaro says he's confident the system can cope if the load is shared.
We're treating the whole health system as a network, regardless where you are in the state, the ability to get into ICU. And Dr. Nguyen, who's designed the whole system, said she's very confident that the network between the regions and Metro, and yes, there will be times when maybe out of Sydney, regional hospitals will be used and vice versa.
Former Swansea MP Milton Orkopoulos will have to wait another year before new child abuse allegations against him go to trial. Orkopoulos is accused of sexually assaulting 4 boys in the 1990s after allegedly grooming them and giving them drugs. The alleged offences took place at Caves Beach, Swansea and Seal Rocks on the mid-north coast. He's facing 23 charges and a district court trial date has now been set for August next year. Orkopoulos has been refused bail, with a directions hearing due to take place in December. This Child Protection Week, Act for Kids is urging Hunter parents to talk to their children about consent from a young age. New research from the organisation has revealed more than a third of Australian parents do not believe their child understands the meaning of consent or bodily autonomy. Child psychologist CEO Katrina Lyons says Act for Kids is offering free resources for teaching consent in the home, which can be accessed on their website.
It just needs to be built into part of your everyday routine. For example, bathing. Try to explain why you're taking your child's clothes off and why they're having a bath and why it's important. Or when someone comes to visit, rather than telling them to give the person a hug, you could give them alternatives and say, you could hug, you can give them a high five. It's up to them.
It's hoped the iconic Regal Cinema at Birmingham Gardens will be able to reopen soon after being closed since the COVID pandemic began in March last year. The cinema has been given a welcome funding boost from a federal government stimulus grant program. Management at the cinema has been successful in gaining a $180,000 grant, which aims to encourage regional audiences back to the cinema through the Newcastle International Film Festival.
2NURFM Sport.
Newcastle Knights hooker Jaden Brayley says it was frustrating watching last year's finals campaigns from the sidelines after an ACL injury ruled him out for the season. Brayley says after the resilience shown by the side to achieve back-to-back finals appearances, it was an easy decision to re-sign for a further 3 seasons.
Yeah, I couldn't be proud of the boys, the way we've showed some resilience and been able to get back to inside the top 8 and a chance to be there at the end.
Maitland Blacks rugby union coach Luke Cunningham says he was always planning to stick around for next season after a promising first year at the helm. The Blacks were sitting in 4th spot before COVID-19 lockdowns forced the cancellation of the season. Newcastle District Cricket Association Chairman Paul Marjorie-Banks has admitted the summer competition could be cancelled due to COVID-19. This comes 18 months after the NDCA finals were cancelled due to the same reason. And the Newcastle Jockey Club has announced the Chris Lees trained Mugatoo as their Horse of the Year. That's sport. I'm James Paris.
And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 32, 1, 30, 31, 40 and 24, and the supplementaries are 3 and 42. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.